She was packing to fly out to her family, who would never see her alive again.
Bring her home safe. Just drop her off and let us know where she is. We'll pick her up. Just bring her home.
She rejected his advances, but he couldn't take no for an answer.
The blanket.
Oh my God, that is my blanket.
Oh my God.
This is the case of Miya Marcano, the girl who was killed for rejecting a man. Have you ever been rejected? How did it make you feel? Sad? Embarrassed? Angry, maybe? The killer in this case refused to accept it when he was rejected by a beautiful young woman. Miya Marcano was born on April 26, 2002 in Pembroke Pines, Florida. She was the daughter of Marlon Marcano, a Trinidadian DJ known as DJ Eternal Vibes, and Emma Gabrielle, a Virgin Islander. Her parents later divorced and her father remarried. She then became the stepdaughter of media personality Giselle Blanche, with whom she reportedly had a great relationship. Miya attended Charles W. Flanagan High School and was known for being a bright, funny and sarcastic young woman and a caring friend. She began her further education at the University of Central Florida before transferring to Valencia College, where this crime sadly took place. She was in her second year, pursuing an arts degree and working part-time in the leasing office of the apartment complex where she and several of her friends also lived. On the day of her disappearance, Friday, September 24th, 2021, Miya was in contact with her mum, Emma, and cousin, Kaylee. Miya would always text, send Snapchats, and enjoyed being on TikTok. Miya had to work that night at the management office of her apartment complex. She usually worked until about 5 p.m. She was excited because she was flying home that night to go to her dad's house in Fort Lauderdale. Miya and Kaylee were excited about seeing each other at the weekend. At 5 p.m, Miya got off work. She texted her friend and said she was leaving and going to get ready to go to the airport. Her friend texted her at 5:06 p.m, but Miya would never respond or open Kaylee's Snapchat. By 6:45 p.m, Miya's family knew something was wrong. Marlon Jr., Miya's brother, had also tried to reach out to her. Miya's family reached out to her from school, but no one had heard from her after 5 p.m. Emma contacted the airline, Uber and Lyft, but Miya had never made it to the airport. Miya's family contacted the Orlando Police Department and reported her as missing. The police arrived at Miya's first-floor apartment at 10:02 p.m. They knocked on her door, but there was no answer. A deputy went around the back and looked into Miya's bedroom. Nothing seemed unusual or out of place. Miya's family contacted her roommate at around 10:21 p.m. The roommate let the police inside. Miya's bedroom door was locked, which the roommate said she had done that in the past. The police and the roommate went back outside, and the roommate climbed through the window to let the police into Miya's bedroom. Inside the bedroom, the police found a small dresser that was barricading the door. A broken necklace was found on the floor, as well as a rusty old box cutter. Miya was always seen wearing that necklace, and the box cutter didn't belong to anybody who lived inside the apartment. The police also found dried blood on Miya's pillowcase, and her teddy bear was found in her closet. Miya's family said that Miya was known for taking that bear everywhere. They knew something was wrong, and most of her family was already en route to Orlando. On September 25, 2021, Miya was declared a missing person at 1:36 a.m. Miya's family arrived in Orlando around 4 a.m, and they were escorted into Miya's apartment by a police officer to have a look around. Kaylee immediately noticed that Miya's room was in disarray, which was unlike her. Mia's dad had put security locks on her bedroom windows, but he noticed that the locks were unscrewed and gone. Miya had several Apple products, but her family was unable to get a location because her phone had been turned off. Kaylee was looking out of the window when she noticed a silver car circling the parking lot. The driver saw Kaylee and attempted to flee. As they were pulling out, they hit a parked car and almost hit a member of Mia's family named Simone. At around 5 a.m, a confrontation ensued between the man and members of Mia's family. They accused him of sending aggressive text messages to Miya. The man identified himself as Armando Caballero, a maintenance worker for the apartment.
He said, "Are you looking for Miya?" I said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm the maintenance guy."
The family knew that Miya had been being harassed by a maintenance worker who had tried to pursue her romantically, and when she rejected him, he wouldn't take no for an answer.
Me and Tati were conversating about it till it came
Okay,
up.
but
Should I go
Tati
and
is
see if I
someone-
see anything?
No one knows Tati. That's my whole thing. Not
Tati
even the
is
roommate
an
knows
employee
Tati.
here.
She's an employee, but you keep saying Tati is a friend and that you've all hung out together. No one here knows Tati. All her
Well,
other
not
friends
all
showed up. Her
these
closest
people.
friends that live in the complex were all here with us early on. No one knows Tati. Only you have
work
sent
tomorrow? You work
obsessive
tomorrow,
texts to
Tati?
Miya. We have all seen the texts. You talked about giving her your life savings. You cash apped her money, and you claim that you weren't in touch.
Who told her gave
It's
her
on
life
text.
savings? I never
As a
said
matter of
that.
fact, we're going to get a police report to pull your phone records if that's the case.
Armando gave the police his name and address. Mia's family took this information down as well. Kaylee also noticed that Armando's face and hands were swollen. He was very defensive and agitated, and they knew he was most likely involved. After a sleepless night, Mia's family was out putting up missing persons posters. They also decided to pay Armando's apartment a visit and did their own surveillance on him. Kaylee, Mia's grandmother, and 2 other women in her family arrived at Armando's apartment around 8 a.m. They parked across the street and found him searching through his silver car.
He has gloves.
He has gloves.
He has gloves
He has
in his
gloves.
hands.
He has gloves.
The blanket.
Oh my God, that is my blanket.
The police were called at 8:17 a.m. on September 25th. Armando had heard them and confronted them outside the car. He then took off, but Marlon Sr. and Jr. had been pulling in as he left and they followed him. The police contacted Armando to come back to his apartment when they arrived. He consented to a search of his apartment. The pink blanket was nowhere to be found. It's believed that Armando's roommate had gotten rid of it. The police didn't have any evidence to arrest Armando, unfortunately. The police were out looking for Miya, and meanwhile a search had been done on the key fob system at Mia's apartment. Armando had used his master key to enter Mia's apartment at 4:36 p.m. on September 24th. He then waited for Miya to arrive home, which she did at 5 p.m. The police now had enough evidence to arrest Armando for burglary. However, at this point, he had, unfortunately, vanished. On September 27th, 2021, some maintenance workers had been attempting to get into a storage unit. This was the place where Armando had previously been employed. When the police were able to get inside of the unit, they found Armando dead. He had hanged himself. Unfortunately, Armando's secrets had died with him. The family were deeply frustrated that they wouldn't be able to get any answers from him and felt he had taken the coward's way out. A police search for Miya soon began.
No bit of information is too small or too insignificant. If someone, knows of something, saw something, recognizes her face, we will take that information, and you can remain anonymous too. We just want the information.
With help from the FBI, the police were able to search his GPS coordinates from the day of Mia's disappearance. Armando's coordinates had taken the police about 17 miles away from where Mia's apartment complex was. It was a rundown area near some old abandoned buildings. This was an area that Armando had previously lived and so would have had a good knowledge of the area.
Cell phone records showed us that Caballero was in or near the Timber Scan apartments on Friday evening between 8 and 9 o'clock. That's the evening that she was reported missing.
On October 2nd, 2021, Mia's body, which was nearly skeletonized, was discovered in some brush near some of these old buildings. When she was discovered, she was wearing jeans, a bra and a robe. It was clear that she had been getting ready to leave for the airport. Mia's purse was found near her, and her mouth, wrists and ankles were all bound with black duct tape.
They discovered a body we believe to be that of Miya Marcano. About an hour ago, detectives notified Mia's parents of our tragic news.
It's believed that Armando's obsession with Miya had led him to become infuriated when she rejected his attempts to pursue her romantically. When he realized he would never have her, he had entered her apartment and confronted her in the most sinister way possible. Mia's cause of death was ruled as homicide by undetermined means. There was also no clear sign that she had been essayed. The family now feel that the apartment building's management were partially to blame for this crime due to the lack of care they took when hiring a convicted criminal. Armando had previously committed similar lesser offences against female residents in his previous role. In the aftermath of this case, Mia's family have fought tirelessly to pass Mia's Law. Mia's Law will strengthen security measures in apartments around Florida. It will also require extensive background checks of employees. The first committee hearing unanimously passed the law. Armando had a violent criminal history, and if Mia's Law had been in place prior to this devastating crime, then perhaps Mia's life could have been saved.
Just to have unfettered access to someone's apartment is irresponsible and is definitely not in the best interest of the tenants. Had he not had the access to Mia's apartment, that this could have been easily preventable.
This is by no means the first crime involving a maintenance worker thinking it's okay to enter a woman's apartment. Miya was only 19 and had her whole life ahead of her. Armando took that away from her and took away a precious loved one from her, friends and devastated family.
I feel defeated. I feel like I failed my cousin, and I don't know how we're gonna get through this. I miss my baby. And I wish she had come home today.
He was a coward who could not handle rejection and couldn't face up to what he had done. Mia's family worked tirelessly to catch her killer, at times seeming to do more than the police. My heart breaks for them. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you believe the apartment complex are to blame for this crime? Please like, comment and subscribe to get more videos like this in the future. It really does mean the world to me. Until next time, take care, friends.